So I understand this video and the subject's like a year late. The Jubilee year's over, but this is a I still see a lot of misconceptions about Luce, and I just wanted to get some topics that are concerning Luce, as well as some other cool things that my father have found that I'll get into in a bit. So I guess I'll start at the beginning. So Luce and her friends are the official mascots for this last Jubilee Year of Hope, made by the collaboration with Tokidoki, and will be used to connect with the youth and pop culture. Here's a clip of EWTN covering her.
Ahead of the 2025 Jubilee, the Vatican has launched a cartoon mascot, unveiled as the cheerful face of the Catholic Church's upcoming Holy Year. The mascot, named Luce, which means light in Italian, is intended to engage a younger audience and guide visitors through the Holy Year. Archbishop Rino Fisichella, the Vatican's chief organizer for the Jubilee, described the mascot as part of the Vatican's goal to engage with the pop culture so beloved by our young people.
From the Vatican news agency, they stated Luce's mission is to guide young pilgrims towards hope and faith, with her trusty dog Santino at her side. It is also stated, and I quote, "She will also be the face of the Holy See's pavilion at Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan, where she will represent the Vatican's pavilion theme of beauty brings hope." End quote. Fee, Zin, Sky, and Luce will hopefully help guide the Japanese people to God due to this year's Jubilee taking place in Osaka, Japan. And this is very important because there are not many Catholics in Japan or in Asian countries in general. So next, I'm going to go over a couple of controversies or complaints a lot of people had during her announcement. First, her rosary. People said, "Oh my gosh, the church has lost its way. It is gay now because look at all those colors. It's gay colors." Well, it's not. The major colors that are here are red, blue, green, and yellow. Your friends have those coats, and the Jubilee logo has those colors. But most importantly, these colors and the rosary that Luce has on her is the World Mission Rosary, made in 1951 by Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen. Which, fun fact, he's on his way to becoming a saint. I believe there is one confirmed miracle so far, so God willing, uh, God lets him become a saint. But moving on, what do the colors mean? Green represents the forests of, and grasslands of Africa. Red shows the fire and faith that brought the first missions to the Americas. Blue is the oceans surrounding the islands of the Pacific. White is for Europe, home of the Holy Father, shepherd of the world. And yellow is the mountains of the east. That's what it means. It's not gay. Church hasn't lost its way. They're catering to these people. No. They're not catering to sin. Moving on to her name. Luce. Many conspiracy theorists that don't do research are making Luce look evil, but truly not understanding how to pronounce his name is first off. They think it's Lucy, and they're saying it's pronounced Lucy because Lucifer. Boom, guys. Boom. Even if her name was Lucy, what about Saint Lucy the Martyr? What about her? It doesn't make any sense. Now, for all these that I'm going to talk about, I'm just hoping people are just trying to engage in debate, that no one actually believes any of this stuff. But just in case someone does, that's why I'm covering them. Like, her name is pronounced Luce. It's Italian and French. It is a feminine name. And Luce means light. And you can see that if you look at the Italian Bible translation of John 8:12. I'll put up an example on the screen. And I think people believe like this Lucifer type conspiracy theory because of cartoons like Disenchantment, which kind of has me baffled that some people get their information from movies and cartoons that are not in any way historical. The biggest example being like Native American culture and how peaceful they were. And like the name Lucifer was because the King James Bible. Nowhere else was that named. Lucifer means something else, and the King James Version Bible is not good. It's not a good one. It was just the most produced one because the king had, the money and resources to do so. It's not a good translation. I believe it's missing some books and verses. Um, but yeah, just don't rely on the KGV or the international version. The EWTN, if you go to the app, they have the official one that Catholics use. Um, just rely on that. So a quick little detour that I'm going to have. I'll show you Blessed Luce. I have purchased a book on her, and when I found out about her middle name is Luce. Full name is on screen. Uh, I will make a video on her if I get enough information on her. But this is proof, the name isn't bad. It's just they're mispronouncing it and using, a cartoon to justify their conspiracy theories that have no basis, or they're just trying to get attention. Either way, this is just cool to see more saints in the modern day. So the makers of Luce were Tokidoki, and some people are having a fit because of what Tokidoki makes. Looking at their products, they're not something like I would get. I know people would enjoy them, but specifically, people are having complaints because they did make LGBT merchandise, which I'll put on screen, and like every company does that now. At this point, every video game company, every like store, like Target, for example, is the biggest one. It gets kind of hard to like just don't buy those products. I feel like it's the easiest way to let the companies know that no one wants them. Just don't buy those products. But if you don't want to support the company because of what they make, that's perfectly fine. But all Luce related items were available at the Jubilee's official website, their official website store. Everything was available there, so you could just bought it from there. But if you felt uncomfortable because it's the slight indication of supporting, Tokidoki for what they have made in the past, that's understandable. But I don't feel like you should hate on people for enjoying Luce because of the makers of Luce. You're gonna have to separate the art from the artist, and when it comes to the whole thing of it being a company, every company does it. It's kind of hard to like ignore it at this point in time. You just kind of have to like deal with it. I saw some comments of people from my generation, Gen Z, complaining that they are the youth and they don't want this, they don't care for it. Also having full beards, and I have a beard. Uh, I'm pretty sure comments like these are just for engagement, but if they were real or are real, I hate to break it to you, but as adults now, we can have jobs, drink, and smoke. Luce is targeted towards not young adults, but kids like Gen Alpha. I'm not saying you can't enjoy Luce as a character or a concept. I myself have a plushie of Luce, and I also made my own custom Lego that I will show off later. But it's like Pokemon, is what I'm trying to say. And then just like Pokemon, Gen Alpha and Gen X and above can enjoy, you know, these characters. For the next controversy that I saw, some people were complaining that the church should not be focusing on kids, but focus on bigger problems around the world of what's happening now, what's happening over there, over there. How about over there? People are, and to that I say, they are the kids of today, and they're also the adults of tomorrow. They are the future. We must make sure their faith stays strong, so the world we live in will be better, and more people will be evangelized, which is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to evangelize people. Go and spread the word, spread the gospel, teach what Jesus taught to make the earth a better place, to make society a better place. Because society is better when people have God in mind. And that is our job as followers of Christ. that is what he told us to do. The last problem that people had, that I saw, is that the church has lost its way, that this is not traditional, and so that to that I say, have a little joy in life. The church has not changed its mission or its values. Are you going to complain about VeggieTales next? And if it's not about, if it is about anime specifically, and the complaint being is degenerate or just directed towards adults, using that logic, you should also stop watching live action movies and reading books, because there are adult movies and books made all the time. Why hate on the whole medium? Go watch some children's anime or some feel good ones. They are separated by genre, and each genre is at an age marker. Just look up the name of the genre and it'll tell you that, oh, this is for like 15 plus boy, 15 plus girl. It will tell you. And a message for you is, if you don't like it or it causes you to sin, don't consume it. And lastly, don't be filled with pride and show off to the world like, look at me. I don't do or watch X or Y. As followers, we must be humble. We can correct people, but you must do it in a way that is constructive, or else no one will listen.